Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. And please, after this video, please leave a thumbs up. How they found Kush in my room, like the Kush was in my room. Yes. So yeah, so let's get into this video. Early December last year, I went out with my younger sister to a friend's place. I went out to meet my friend for some things. I was at her place and everything. So I stayed there. I was doing the NSAS stuff. So I stayed there for some time. So I was coming back in the evening. And for some reason I was having, when something's happening, like you're feeling somehow, but it's your body trying to tell you that something has happened, but you cannot just pick that thing that has happened. So that was what was happening to me when I was coming back home. So I was coming back home, I just entered my room. I noticed my room was somehow, like, my clothes were not where I kept it. It was just not the way I left my room, sha. So I just knew something was wrong. So I just quickly went to the place I kept it and it wasn't there. So at this point, I didn't do anything. I was speechless. I was so confused. Like, I didn't know what to do. But the lie, oh. Anyways, so I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even do as if anything I was looking for anything in the house. So yeah, I just lay on my bed thinking of what to do. And mind you, when I came to the house, my parents welcomed me. Welcome, where are you coming from? All this, you get now. So and now I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. So I was now on my bed. I took my phone. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, at this point, I couldn't escape. But I knew myself, like, this is not time for them to actually catch me. I can escape from this. I called a friend. I was like, let's call that friend Whiskey. Yeah. So I called Whiskey and I told Whiskey, Alpha Whiskey, I think my parents have found the stuff in my room. I don't know what to do. Now cut the call. I now had to Google some things and I don't know what I was just there. At that point I was just so confused, but I was just doing as if nothing was happening to me. So I now Googled like some herbs that actually, like I just Googled names of random herbs and I found out foxseed and those random stuff, Whiskey, and I was like, okay, this was gonna happen. Anybody that calls you and asks you if we are in the same project, like we're working on the same project in school, tell the person yes. And tell the person I'm with a herb called fox seed and tea tree leaf. So anybody, I told the person, anybody that call you tell the person like, okay, there's no problem. So like 30 minutes later, my parents called me to the room. In my house, I have names for different moods. First of all, if my mom is angry with me, she calls me Hope. She just calls me Hope. If my dad is angry with me too, it's Hope he calls me. If we're in a good mood in the house, my dad calls me Koji, my mom calls me Big Daddy. So at this point, my dad called me Koji, and when anybody calls me Koji in the house, I know okay, something is happening. So he didn't even give any hint. So when he called me, they both called me to the room. So I went to the room and my dad was sitting down. Like your face cuts before you know how everybody's waiting for you just to arrive. So my mom was on the bed, sitting down, waiting for me. My dad was at the extreme end of the bed, sitting down like this. At that point, I knew that I was fucked up. I say, it's you. You got this. You can do it. So when that started, I was like, Hope, I I'm your father. Is there anything wrong with you? And I'm like, no. I was like, talk to me. Is there anything wrong? Are you facing any challenges in your life? And I'm like, no. My mom asked the same question. I'm like, no. I'm like, so why? I'm like, so why people? I now ask them, why people asking me all these questions? Like, what's happening? What's up? Like, I'm confused. My dad now said, there's no problem. My mom said, there's no problem. He asked, so like, okay, do you smoke? I'm like, no. Why would I smoke? Do you drink? I'm like, no, I don't drink. I don't take anything. Like, he found Indian hemp in my room. Like, what's that? What's Indian hemp? And he now brought it out. I said, oh no, Daddy, why did you take this thing? That this thing is what I'm using for my project. This is tea tree leaf and flax seed. I'm using it for my project. Before I started, that's no, that this is not. I'm like, this is tea tree seed and I'm sorry, yeah, this is tea tree leaf and flax seed. Father was not saying, it's a lie, that this is not it. This no, that is a lie. This is called Indian hemp. And mind you, they found this thing they found this kush in the bag, and the packet of Rizla was there. My parents, they grew up in the village, so they actually know what these things are. Do you get? Don't tell me this is Indian hemp because I don't smoke Indian hemp and I don't even know what. And I started like, I don't know what Indian hemp looks like. I've never seen it in my life. I don't even know what it's. I don't know what it is and everything. My dad was like, this is a lie, that this is, so Hope, he now started calling me Hope, like, Hope, so what you're telling me now, that I don't know what I'm saying. My mother was like, so do you mean we don't know what this is? Why are you trying to deceive us? Where you're cutting? I'm like, no, that this is. My dad was like, okay. He now said, okay, do you know what, let's go for drug tests.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
At this point, if it was a normal person, if it was a normal person, the person will say, that the person will agree that that is actually a question. But as I get coconut head, my dad said, let's go for drug test. Like, let's go for drug test. And when we go for that drug test, you will tell them why you don't have trust in your son for bringing him to the hospital for a drug test. I don't know how that came out from my mouth, but that actually came out from my mouth, and I said it to them. So my mom was not like, okay, what is this? I'm like, okay, this thing is called tea tree leaf and flax seed. We just mix everything together. She now asked, where did I get it from? Like, to show that this thing is actually legit, it's for our project. We went to a store, like a pharmacy in Otako, to get it, and we used our card. We used POS to pay for this thing. How much did you get it? Like, I got it for 2,000 naira. I was like, okay, it was me and a friend, that's a whiskey person, that actually went to the store to get the stuff, and we used our card to pay. So she said I was a legit person. If we had told them that we got it from all these Aguero people, like, it's a lie, that I said, okay, this is actually Indian hemp. So like, no, we went to a store to get it and we paid with our card, and it was 2,000 naira. We did them what we needed, and this was what they gave us. That was like, it's a lie, everything. So they didn't believe me. So they now called, and I said, okay, if you want to call, this is the person we're doing the same project together, call her and ask her. So they now called her and asked her, and she now said, like, the person said what I told her to say. As Whiskey now said what I told her to say. Like, that's what she now told my mom, because my mom that called her, I was a loudspeaker. So after she ended the call, my mom did not still believe. They were saying that was Indian hemp. But like, I don't even know what Indian hemp looks like. I don't know. My dad kept saying, like, I don't know what Indian hemp looks like. Like, why would you tell me I smoke Indian hemp? What? I like, so daddy, so have you seen any changes in me that will make you think that I smoke Indian hemp? And I told my mom, I was like, so if someone comes to tell you that I smoke outside, you cannot even attest for your son that he does and everything. My parents were shocked, everything. This was drama. My dad started and asked, okay, so what is the process? Like, okay, this is how we do it. When we get this thing, we administer it to the rats. Yeah, because I don't know what we're using for prayer. Like, we administer the substance to the rat and observe how the rats behave for some days. Like, okay, what is that? Okay, now that he's going to believe that I don't know that this is India hemp. And whatsoever I called it, that's it. So it was like, okay, how do we? Well, what's the process for process of administration to the rats? At that point, I was confused, and I said that we boil it and we get the water from it and put it inside syringe and administer it to the rats. Then he now said, okay. He now said, okay, yes, I believe for that now. So what is this paper doing with it? That's like the Rizla and everything now. And I said, you guys, I actually brought the Rizla. He now said, okay. And I said, the Rizla is for measuring. Rizla to measure the quantity we are going to boil and administer it to the rats. So, and now he now said, okay, how do you do that? And I carried the Rizla. I put I literally sprayed, put the weed on the Rizla. I folded it into two, folded it into four. God. And now told you that once you put it once you put kind of quantity like this, you fold it into 4 places. So if that shape, oh my God, I'm just thinking of what I was saying. That I was saying something so foolish, and I don't even know how to relieve me. Anyways, I now said you fold everything. So if I don't even know what I was even explaining to her, like if the substance gets to this level, you know that okay, this is what you're supposed to give each rat. So you put it in the in hot water and it boils, then you put it to your serum and that to the rat. That was the insisting that is India hemp, that is a lie, blah 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 blah. He was like, okay, let's go for medical tests. Let's go for tests, drug tests in the hospital. I'm like, yes, I am ready to go. Anybody want to carry me? Meanwhile, if you're carrying for that drug test, I will just cast myself. I was like, I'm ready to go. Take me anywhere. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So that was how we're still talking about that. And we now came to a conclusion. My father's like that, well, that he has not finished the matter, but he just wants to believe me because he wants to believe me that if I don't know what India hemp is, that what he's holding is India hemp, and it was India hemp the person sold to me, that I should not be deceived. That was how my dad now collected everything, collected the Rizla, collected the weed. My mom was still there looking. Like at that point, she couldn't even say anything. Like she couldn't, like all of them were just in or like, so is this our son? So I didn't even know how I escaped from that thing. I don't even know. So I now think my mom now called my younger sister and asked her, have you noticed any changes in your elder brother? And she was like, no, that is still the same. So the next day they now called me and they were like, okay, that they've done their that they've done their findings and everything, that they done their findings, so they believe that I don't smoke, that probably I was cheated, and I'm lucky that police they actually see it on me and evidence like this. They didn't even know what was happening. And probably that this is not what I think it is. Like I claim that I don't know India and this is not what I think it is. And that was how we ended everything. Like the man that just died. Since then, nobody has reported anything about found weed. So since then, I'm very careful and mindful of where I keep those kind of things. I don't even enjoy that in my room again. Like I don't. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you guys in my next video. Bye.